Okay, so hello my little convoy crew and welcome to episode 2 of Legacy World and Technician Tales, where we'll be talking about the vehicle that made me scared of diesel, the Tourneo. This was a short-lived chapter in our convoy history, lasting only a month before its dramatic downfall, but left a mark so deep that it reshaped the way I saw diesel forever. So, the setup. So, on the 23rd of July 2021, our 2006 Ford Tourneo FT280 faced its final trial. We only owned it for a month, and it was really about to betray us. All 9 seats were full that day. The convoy packed to capacity, and the Tourneo was carrying the weight of our trust. The failure was traced to the diesel injector pump, a hidden weakness that would soon reveal itself in the most inconvenient way possible. We were driving home from the Isle of Wight, expecting a smooth journey, but instead we were about to enter one of the most stressful convoy episodes ever recorded. So, the symptoms and struggle. So, at first, the time to settle, the engine kept cutting off as we out as we drove, but now, ever the technician improviser managed to restart it each time. Felt like a ritual of defiance, and though he was running the Tourneo to keep going. When he had a diesel, the problem seemed to vanish, and for a moment, we thought the crisis was over. But as we reached the M25, the Tourneo gave its final refusal. The engine stopped completely, and this time, no amount of technician skill could it back. So, now we're on to the breakdown ritual. The M25 became our ceremonial battlefield. We waited an hour for the RAC, stranded and uncertain, before being towed to Cobham services. What followed was 4 hours of limbo, sitting in service station purgatory, and the convoy fractured. With not all 19 full, the split was even more dramatic. 4 of us went home with Grandad, while the other 5 endured a taxi ride that wouldn't arrive until 7 hours after the tow. It was a day of waiting, splitting and improvising, a convoy scattered by diesel betrayal. The resolution and aftermath. 2 days later, on the 25th of July, the Tourneo returned to us one last time. We emptied it of our belongings, stripped of its role in the convoy, and consigned it to scrap. Its chapter was closed almost as quickly as it had begun. The Previa stepped back in as our interim vessel, carrying the weight of reliability once more, until the LC5 arrived to take its place as the new convoy leader. The impact and legacy. The impact of that breakdown was immense. The journey home was delayed by hours. Our convoy was split apart, and we lost money because we had to buy the LT5 to replace the Tourneo. But the deepest impact was emotional. That day, I lost my trust in diesel. The Tourneo became the vehicle that taught me fear, the one that turned diesel from a promise of endurance into a symbol of betrayal. Its short-lived month, and our convoy left behind a legacy far greater than its time with us. And for that convoy crew was the tale of the Tourneo, the diesel trial that reshaped our convoy legacy, from Cobham's waiting ground to the LT5 debut. This episode reminds us that every breakdown is more than mechanical, it's emotional, ceremonial, and forever part of our archive. But the journey doesn't stop here. In episode 3, we'll be turning to another chapter of convoy lore, the fear of engine failure. A different vehicle, a different breach, but another story that deserves to be immortalized. in our Technician Tale. Until then, keep your wheel turning and your stories alive. And I will see you in episode 3.